like to drive in the rain.
It depends on the velocity of the rain.
We all have stories to tell.
The small boy kicked me to open fire on me, so I said, okay, you can report the right. So that's what how my right hand was cut off.
He's working with clutch with which year that it was that guy. No, he's not an ordinary eye. No, he's not an eye. Do you use marry his wife?
It all depends on how I handle my story and how you're able to handle your own story.
It is what you decide in your mind that determines you, not your situation. I don't hear well. But what I'm saying is, we are better together.
Welcome to Against All Odds on the Nigerian Television Authority, a program that brings to your doorstep the lives of persons with disabilities.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
One of the most beautiful events in most people's lives is the arrival of a new life, one's own child. But what happens when such a gift comes with congenital issues, diseases, or deformities? It turns sweet and sour all in one. However, do you know that most of them are preventable and even curable? Yes. Join us on Conversations this Wednesday, the 26th of April, 2023, and learn how to keep our newborns fit and healthy. Congenital diseases is our focus. The time is 9 a.m. Make it a date.
There is only one station that others look up to. A station where professionalism and class come to play. Station that others look up to. A station where professionalism and class come to play. So in whatever we do, be it news, sports, politics, information and culture, even in entertainment, tourism, education, documentaries and kids programming, we set the standard for others want to beat. MTA 10, no one does it better. MTA 10, station for excellence.
Hello out there. What a calm weather to behold on this beautiful Sunday evening. And of course, Sunday special tonight promises to be more interesting than ever, as our custom always is to celebrate people, events, and culture. Tonight on the program, we will dim our lights on the good, the bad, and ugly sides of social media as a correspondent who, out of curiosity, explores the implications of forced feeding on infants. Guess your ears are itching to hear more. Please sit back and relax as we present our new segment before we bring our gist to you bit by bit. I am Ntamiegbe, now the news. Lagos State has recorded another incident of collapsed building, this time in the Ladipo Oluwole Street in the Highbrow GRA area of Apapa local government area of the state. The three-story building, said to have partially collapsed during torrential rainfall and thunderstorm, was under construction. In a statement released by the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, Femi Oke Osonyintolu said contractors handling the construction ignored several contravention notices, stop work and seal up orders of the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LASBECA, and continued construction behind the scene. The statement says there has been no report of cordoned off and taken over by the Lagos State Building Control Agency. Lagos State government has immediately activated inquiries into the collapsed building to unravel the minute details and guide appropriate actions. With no fewer than 45,000 kilometers plying the 127.6 kilometers Lagos-Ibadan Expressway daily, the route is one of the busiest interstate roads in the country. Amid this voluminous vehicular movement is the enduring problem of incessant road crashes, which accounts for a high share of national fatalities. Drew Okpokwola reports that these accidents, identified with road traffic infractions by motorists, experts say can be tackled through collaborative efforts of all stakeholders. The reports.
The Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is a major economic zone that connects the west to the eastern and northern part of the country. The spate of accidents on the road is becoming worrisome, claiming scores of lives annually, often due to circumstances that are avoidable. With the ongoing construction and rehabilitation of some sections of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway resulting in gridlocks, many road users have thrown caution to the wind as they flagrantly drive against traffic, which could cause more havoc. This act of lawlessness, in addition to other factors such as poor maintenance of vehicles, are major factors causing accidents.
These Okada riders, they don't hear come. But whatever they hear is go. And if you see them, they're taking one ways. So that's a problem.
Driver, we have to take patience. We don't need to be rushed. Because if we begin to rush, because of the demarcation they do. So at times, 2 trailers cannot pass.
You know, say some people driver, then they normal. Some people, they know they do normal. That is why.
Lagos State Sector Commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Babatunde Farinloye, says enforcement has been intensified to reduce road crashes to the barest minimum.
We are trying as much as possible to ensure that we arrest the situation. We have a vision of ensuring that if accident will even happen at all, it should be accident without fatality or serious injury.
The FRSC is also giving priority attention to Otedola Bridge and the Ojuelegba Bridge, which are prone to accidents.
All these early trucks that can easily roll back when ascending that hill or that slope, we are encouraging them to look for alternative routes.
Experts maintain that attitudinal change and cooperative efforts can help reduce road mishaps. In Lagos, Joel Okpokwola, NCN.
More reports afterwards as we go on this short break. Please stay tuned.
Lucky Spring from 1xBet. Take part in promotion with cool prizes. Bet on any sports events. Get tickets. Have a chance to win cool prizes. The more you bet,
the greater your chances. Use promo code to get a welcome bonus right now.
It's Motonic time. Motonic It's no resistance to the last drop till it rains in.
Maltonic is enriched with vitamins and minerals for that rush of vitality you need to reach greatness.
It's Motonic time.
Jackpot of the week. Place bets and hit the jackpot. Log into the OneXBet account. Click on the Take Part button. Place bet and take part in the jackpot draw. Feel like a winner with OneXBet. Use promo code to get a bonus on your first deposit.
You're welcome to the Sunday special segment where we celebrate people, events, and culture. Social media, like a double-edged sword, has both the good and the bad sides, some of which can be extremely ugly. So, users are expected to make decency their guiding principle. With the menace of fake news, hate speech, and ethnic polarization now dominating the social media space, the nation is at a crossroad with ethical mannerisms almost non-existent. In this report, Drug Popular examines the flip side of social media in the wave of increasing calls for caution. The reports.
Nigeria is one of the social media savvy countries in the world and is taking the lead in Africa with more than 50 million Nigerians active on various social media platforms, with a significant percentage of them youths. While this figure is big for marketing communications, the promotion of ideas and advocacy for positive actions, analysts say it is becoming increasingly worrisome that the social media these days has become a fertile ground where Nigerians spread fake news, ethnic hatred, and even issue threats to some passive enemies or those who simply express divergent views. Many Nigerians say they have been bullied on the social media, even as the youth continue to hurl invectives at each other on the outcome of the recently conducted elections.
So I say that the negative effect is just a side effect of having free speech, pretty much.
You've been psychologically attacked that way.
Yes, I've been. But it is something that, as it is widely said, that the fingers are not equal. So that is that everybody ideology and mentality are not equal. So because of that, I have to tend to understand other people's feelings, even though it might hurt me.
Some people, they bring wrong information on social media. What is not true, they like to show it on social media. So people in the world will believe that this thing is happening.
Social media, experts agree, is simply what you make out of it. There are many Nigerians who are making positive use of the networking, marketing, and communication platforms.
This social media has connected us in a business way also. We can also see there are some people they market their business online.
A mass communication scholar from the Lagos State University, Professor Layosho, says the social media has become a free-for-all medium which could have far-reaching consequences in view of some of the uncensored and uncouth language used.
Nobody is ready to look at what other people are saying. Once you are not with me, then you are my enemy, and then you just go on attack, abuse, very dangerous rhetorics, and things like that. That doesn't do any good for the nation.
Professor Osho believes the negative effect of the social media is adding to the socio-political challenges bedeviling the nation, hence the need to put checks in place.
We need to really begin to get our people to understand critical media literacy, information literacy, so that one, you believe that it's not every information that you get that you believe. You try to understand that information, interpret it. Is this possible?
Respondents unanimously agreed that there is need for online decorum, while those who err should take responsibility for their actions.
There is need to tread cautiously with information these days. Moving on, over the years, most environmental challenges have been ascribed to climate change. To compound the problems is the attitudinal disposition to the environment that aggravates perennial flooding in vulnerable areas. Laure Belei takes a look at the implications of this, coupled with the need for more environmental awareness.
Nigeria has its own share of extreme weather cases caused by global warming. They include intense rainfall, heat wave, and ocean surge in some parts of the country. And as heat wave, for instance, is affecting the northern part of the country, flash flood is a challenge in the south, including other parts of the nation. Various mitigation and adaptation initiatives have been instituted in Nigeria to manage the environmental, social, and economic implications of the sometimes unpredictable weather events.
We go through the socio-economic implications and take advantage of the advisories in there. It will go a long way in making our season, 2023 season, a very productive season.
Governments at state and local government to take action. How many state governments are actually talking to the people? Please, this is what we sucked up last year. These are the bad things we lost. We want you to start thinking about taking precaution.
Even with the climate funds by the United Nations, experts say there is need for attitudinal change and adoption of environment-friendly way of life. Afiz and Chidoze have been trading at the Adeniji Adele market for some time now. They conduct their affairs right inside the flood water around them. The traders say although poor drainage channel is a problem, its disposal of waste compounds the situation.
Some of the residents, businessmen and women that are around here, some before that canal, you will see refuse inside the gutter, thereby making also the water not to flow very well.
While initiatives are ongoing in the country and globally, experts suggest more proactive climate action that factor in other challenges that can worsen the effects of climate change in Nigeria.
Up next, food plays a significant role in the overall growth of a human being. Although the breast milk is said to be sufficient for the first 6 months of life, some babies are reluctant to accept supplementary diets thereafter. This has led to force-feeding them on the part of mothers and caregivers. But what are the long and short-term implications of force-feeding children? This is what Rofia Animation finds out in this report.
The practice of force-feeding babies and toddlers is common in many African countries. Health experts say, though this gives adults full control over the quantity of intake of the child in the long run. Studies show that the practice is dreadful and has some occasions led to the death of children in Nigeria. In the southwest Nigeria, research indicates that the practice is still dominant. This practice, for those who engage in it, is deeply rooted in their culture. Some, however, believe that force feeding can lead to acute malnutrition, disrupt child's development, and ultimately poor feeding habits later in life.
I don't think I'll ever force feed them, because she used to accept food and she eats a lot.
I've experienced a thing like that, like a neighbor. She force-fed a child like that, and the child gave up and she landed to the hospital.
A pediatrician with the University College Hospital in Ibadan said, force-feeding in childhood can cause other eating disorders like anorexia. He said parents and caregivers should educate themselves on child nutrition.
In the first 6 months of life, babies should have breast milk only, no water, no glucose, no herbal medications, no drugs except required. In addition to breast milk, we can gradually introduce some soft foods that can help the baby grow.
Pediatricians say mothers need to study and know what their children like best instead of forcing the child to eat. They say this habit must stop to avoid accidental suffocation.
Surely we need to feed our children. Melanin is a priceless gift from God. While many admire and wish to possess it, some who have it do not appreciate the advantages that come with melanin. In case you don't know, it is responsible for dark skin as well as absorbs harmful ultraviolet rays and protects cells from sun damage. So why should anyone tamper with it? In this report, Hingino John Adams examines the dangers of using bleaching cream to destroy melanin.
Left with scars and burns, which they may nurse forever as a result of using facial and body creams containing harmful substances that change the skin color from dark to fair, all in the bid to look attractive, defying the saying, "Black is beautiful." Is there any attraction to people who bleach their skin?
I see no reason why you should bleach your skin in order to imitate the fair people.
If I'm to look for a beautiful wife, I'll prefer a very dark-skinned lady who has a natural complexion than a lady who actually bleaches.
The skin damage caused by bleaching cream has psychological and social implications like low self-esteem. Some who regret using such products look for ways of redeeming the damage.
It is from inside that you have to be comfortable with yourself, not from what is outside.
Bleaching of skin exposes the skin to sun radiation that can even cause skin cancer. It also affects the kidneys and other parts of the internal organs too.
The 2018 World Health Organization's rating of African countries that use bleaching cream placed Nigeria at the top, with 77% of women using various brands of bleaching creams. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has not turned deaf ears to this scary data.
We have been going around the country talking about danger of chemicals that are contained in some bleaching creams. If it doesn't have NAFDAC number, don't touch it.
Though results of using such creams may be amazing on the skin, giving it improved tone and flawless look, medical experts are cautioning against their usage as the harm they do to the body are sometimes life-threatening.
For the most part, men's involvement in family planning has been comparatively low, despite being aware of its importance and processes involved. The question is why? There are certain factors that come to play in this development. Now, what are these factors? Lauren Belei again tells us more.
Of the world, when family planning is mentioned, the first thing that pops into someone's mind is women. So why is it only women, a large proportion of women, are into family planning?
The man has done whatever he wants to do and has done. The woman is left with the pregnancy and has to take care of herself. So most times there is more reason for the woman to be on, to take some things to prevent herself from getting pregnant.
We women are more
into family planning?
Yes, than men.
Okay, you've heard about it. What about the population?
The population, no.
Men into family planning.
Men is, I think, 100 out of 100, you see maybe 20%.
Many men are aware of family planning, but for them to consider the service often depends on factors like cost of contraceptives, accessibility, marital status, level of education, religious and socio-cultural standards. These factors determine the role men are willing to play in family planning, thereby raising questions like who should go for it between married couples.
If you both agreed on something, then you can go for it. It doesn't mean maybe the wife should be the front sayer of it, or maybe the husband. It has to be a kind of joint agreement between both of you.
Well, there are many varied opinions concerning family planning. For Mr. Akpan here, his opinion is quite different from what we've been talking about. He doesn't believe in family planning. Why, Mr. Akpan?
There are two sides. One, the economic system is as a result of government inadequacies, whereas the religious area is that it is expected that every child must be taken care of, and God has made that provisions.
Unlike their female counterparts that have 10 contraceptive plans, male birth controls are limited. Clinical ones include spermicide and vasectomy. Another option is do-it-yourself method. Medical experts agree that communication is key for spouses. Whoever chooses to go for the family planning process is doing it for the advancement and health of the family.
We hope there will be increased participation of men in family planning going forward. And on that note, we've come to the end of this week's episode of Sunday Special. To further engage with us, you can contact us via our Twitter handle, which is @_Sunday_special, and on Facebook, NTA10 Tejo Show, and on YouTube, NTA10 Sunday Special. We look forward to hanging out with you next week. Until then, my name is Ntami Egbe. Good evening.
Lucky Spring from 1xBet. Take part in promotion with cool prizes. Bet on any sports events. Get tickets. Have a chance to win cool prizes. The more you bet, the greater your chances. Use promo code to get a welcome bonus right now.
Can I see your particulars, sir?
Officer, my particulars no dey here.
In that case, you'll have to come with me to the police station.
Officer, which level? Where I for find you something make you take arrange your weekend.
What? Offense number 1, driving without particulars. Offense number 2, trying to bribe an officer of the law.
I won't harass Nigerians or take bribe. Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Jackpot of the week. Place bets and hit the jackpot. Log into the OneXBet account. Click on the Take Part button. Place bet and take part in the jackpot draw. Feel like a winner with OneXBet. Use promo code to get a bonus on your first deposit.
Can I see your particulars, sir?
Officer, my particulars no dey here.
In that case, you'll have to come with me to the police station.
Officer, which level? Where I for find you something make you take arrange your weekend.
What? Offense number 1, driving without particulars. Offense number 2, trying to bribe an officer of the law.
I won't harass Nigerians or take bribe. Change begins with me.
This message is brought to you by the National Orientation Agency in conjunction with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Jackpot of the week. Place bets and hit the jackpot. Log into the OneXBet account. Click on the Take Part button. Place bet and take part in the jackpot draw. Feel like a winner with OneXBet. Use promo code to get a bonus on your first deposit.
Lucky Spring from 1xBet. Take part in promotion with cool prizes. Bet on any sports events. Get tickets. Have a chance to win cool prizes. The more you bet, the greater your chances. Use promo code to get a welcome bonus right now.
there is only one station that others look up to. A station where professionalism and class come to play. So in whatever we do, be it news, sports, politics, information and culture, even in entertainment, tourism, education, documentaries and kids programming, we set the standard others want to beat. MTA 10, no one does it better. MTA 10, station for excellence.